ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदाधिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथमितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादाः सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपकांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते सप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
मैंने लियो भैया लियो है वो भैया ले
Please mute, mother. Okay. Okay, thank you for joining this class. So today's topic is, in the previous class, we discussed the topic, what is the significance of studying the scriptures? So in today's class, we will discuss how to study scriptures. What is the perfect method of studying scriptures effectively that can help us in studying scriptures more nicely, more effectively. Okay, so these are few points that we like to that we will discuss in the class. So before coming to that point, just a short recap of what we discussed in the previous class of why to study scriptures, what is the significance behind studying scriptures. Okay, so we learned that studying scriptures plays a very important role in our devotional life. As Prabhupada said that religion without philosophy is sentimentalism, and philosophy without religion is mental speculation. So we want to have religion plus the philosophy. We want to chant, at the same time we need to know from the scriptures what is the significance of chanting, so that we can reach to that stage of pure chanting, right? Okay, so this is the thing. And secondly, we learned that it increases our shraddha in the path of bhakti. Okay, because scriptures repeatedly say that bhakti yoga is the best process. It's above all jnana and karma yoga. So by hearing this, by studying it repeatedly from the Shastras, the glories of bhakti yoga, it increases our faith in the path of devotional service. So this is also one of the important, crucial point that we learned in the previous class. And also it inspires us that sometimes our enthusiasm go down. So hearing from the scriptures and also reading about the acharyas, at the same time reading about the life of the acharyas gives us a lot of inspiration, and at the same time it teaches us that how we should live our life perfectly along with doing our material duties. So this is also the thing that we learned in the previous class, and also it gives a lot of satisfaction and also a spiritual bliss when we read the verses of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So because these are not ordinary verses, it's not different from the Lord. So because Lord is Satchidananda, so these verses are also Satchidananda. So because of that, it gives us Ananda. It gives us internal peace. Okay, it gives us spiritual bliss. Okay, so these are all the points, these few points that we discussed in the previous class. So after coming to know that reading scriptures is very significant in our devotional life. So next point comes is how to study scriptures effectively. What is the method behind studying scriptures? How we can do that effectively in our own life. Okay, so this is the thing. So today's class will be in English. So please forgive. So today I want to take class in English. Some classes will be in English, some classes will be in Hindi. I hope everybody understands English. You can ask question in Hindi, no problem, but today's class will be in English. So anybody has problem with that? Okay, yes, fine. Okay, so So we have to understand that like scriptures or Shastras are like, for example, when we go somewhere, when we are on a long trip, okay, so many turning points came, like turns, twists and turns comes in the road, and we see a banner on the road, like move swiftly, move slowly, move your car slowly. Okay, we see now sometimes of such types of banners. Move your car at this much speed. This is what we see, the banners that we see, right? Please switch on your cameras. Anybody, at least one or two, please switch on your cameras so that I can have a personal feeling. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Arti Mataji. So we can see the such types of hoardings, or what we say, some type of instructions written on the road. Please move your car at 20 kilometers per hour, something like that. Have you seen that, Arti Mataji? Such types of instructions on the road? Yes? Yes. Okay. So when we see such instructions, what we do? Immediately we start to move the car at that speed. Yes, we start follow that. We start following that. Whatever is the instructions of the road, we start following that, and we feel safe. And after reading that instructions, we feel safe that we are now safely driving our car, right? Yes. Okay. So similarly, shastras are like the instructions on the road. When we read the instructions of from the Shastras and then we mold our life according to the Shastra, then we feel safe in the devotional life. We feel that, okay, whatever we are doing, it's written in the Shastras. The Acharyas have said like this. Even when we read the life of the Acharyas, then also we feel like secure. We feel like, okay, this is how the Acharyas are have this is how the acharyas do in their own life. So we are also doing the same. So we are following the previous acharyas. So like this, we feel very secure, right? So this is also one of the things that when we read Shastras, we feel that, okay, we are on the right path because that is what written in the Shastras. And that's what we say also, because if anybody argues with us, we say that, okay, it's written in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Man manava mad bhakto. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Dehi nasminita de. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Satatam kirtayanto mam. Okay, so this is how we immediately quote from the Bhagavad Gita to prove our point. So the first thing is Shastras make us, when we read the Shastras, it makes us feel secure that whatever we are doing, we are on the right path. Okay. It's like a GPS. It's like a GPS that if we have to go to an unknown destination, and what we do? If we have to go to unknown destination, then what we do? Yes? We on the
Map, Mataji, map. Google Map. We find
yeah,
on a map, Google Map.
we start
Guidance.
yes,
Guidance,
immediately
Mataji.
yes. Immediately in the car, we start the GPS. And then we keep on following the instructions. Move to the right, move to the left. Because we are sure that whatever the GPS, that lady is saying, that we are sure to reach the destination. So Shastras are like GPS in our life. That when we read the Shastras and we mold our life according to the Shastras, we feel secure that, okay, we are now going to reach our destination, right? So it's like that only. Okay, so the essence is reading Shastras plays a very crucial role in our devotional life. So the first and the foremost thing when we read Shastras, any book, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, any scriptures we start reading, the first thing is we should start with a small prayer so that immediately we switch our mood from material thinking to spiritual consciousness. Okay, now we are going to do something spiritual. Okay, only 2-3 times. So for example, if you start Bhagavad Gita, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, like that. Only 3 times. Just to make our mind realize that now we are going to read something spiritual literature, not a material thing. Okay, anything. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, then Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiv Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudayere Nashta Prayusha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloki Bhakti Bhavati Nashta. So this is how any scripture we read. Chaitanya Charitamrita if we read, so like that. So whatever is the starting verse. So CC we read, or Bhagavad Gita we read, or Shrimad Bhagavatam we read, or any scripture we read, we should start with a simple prayer. Only 1 minute prayer or half a minute prayer. Close your eyes and just do the prayer and just pray to the Lord with all utmost humility that whatever I'm going to read today, please make me realize it in my own life. So this should be our mood in reading the scriptures. When we do this, what happens? It it immediately gives our mind the signal that now we are reading something spiritual and which is going to transform my life, right? So this is the first thing that we should do in starting in reading the scriptures. We should begin with a prayer in humility, with utmost humility, and pray to the Lord that whatever I'm reading, please reveal the knowledge in my heart. Okay. So this is the first and the most important thing. Second, now as we have started to read the scripture, now how we can do it very effectively. Second thing, we should be committed to read the scriptures daily in our life. Okay. For example, if we see how much we are committed to keeping our body healthy. Okay. For keeping our body healthy, what we do? For keeping our body healthy, we generally take our prasadam on time. We try to eat fruits. We try to drink milk daily. We try to have healthy foods, right? And we also search in the internet what is healthy for me. I have this prakriti, I have that prakriti, what is good for me, right? Okay. So we are so conscious to keep our body healthy. Similarly, so we are so committed to that. Yes, we are committed, na? We are committed to keep our body healthy. So because of that, we do that, we do this, we ask people how to keep my stomach healthy, something or the other. Similarly, we should be committed. A commitment should be there in our life that we have to read Shastras. Okay. Just as the food is needed to keep our body healthy, similarly, Shastras are needed to keep our soul healthy. Okay. So keeping that in mind, we should be very much committed to reading Shastras daily. It should be a priority in our life. See, if we have given some priority to something, then definitely we are able to do that. Am I right? If we have given some priority to some things, okay, so definitely we are able to remember that in our life. Similarly, reading Shastras should be given priority in our life. If we have prioritized that in our life, reading Shastras, if we have prioritized that in our life, then definitely we are able to get some time, the whole day, to read Shastras. Am I right? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
yes. If we have committed to reading Shastras, then definitely half an hour at least we are able to take out time to read Shastras the whole day. Okay. For those who remain too busy, I don't know what's your schedule, but sometimes some days are really very busy. Okay. So for them, I can advise, but depending upon your timings, I don't know. If you wake up early in the morning, before chanting, before start to chant, at least for 15-20 minutes, read something. Read at least one verse of Bhagavad Gita or two, or one slokas of Srimad Bhagavatam daily basis. For those who remain too busy the whole day, I'm telling for them. For those who remain too busy the whole day, they are able to chant, but they're not able to read. For them, at least when you wake up in the morning, take a bath, and open Shrimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita and then read at least one verse or two words on a daily basis and see the difference. It will make a drastic difference in your life. Because first of all, the morning time is very good. Our consciousness is very crystal clear, and and the morning time is also in the mood of goodness, right? So that time is actually very good for reading, doing any spiritual activity, be it chanting, be it reading, be it meditation. Okay, so if those remains very busy the whole day, at least try to do that. This is just a suggestion that in the morning, open, fix one book, Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya. I have done that when I was in the farm community. The whole day we remained very busy. We were able to chant, but we were not able to read because of so many distractions, so many services. So what I used to do in the morning, after coming from Mangal Aarti, I used to but I remember I used to, at that time I was reading Ramayana of Guru Maharaj. So I used to read 4 or 5 pages every day. And like that, I completed so many books. Okay. So that is also one of the things that you can do. Second is, okay, chanting. Yes, we are committed. We think that we have taken a vow to chant 16 rounds. So we are able to do that. But for reading, we think that, okay, I have not given any commitment. So why should I do that? No, if we have to fulfill that commitment of chanting 16 rounds to chant good 16 rounds, for that also we have to read Shastras daily. Okay. So this is the first thing, that we should give a commitment to reading Shastras. We should prioritize it in our life. That is the first point. Okay. I'm going to ask that in the class. That the takeaways points. Each and everybody I'm going to ask. So please keep writing the points. I hope everybody is sitting in front or maybe doing some other work. I can see only Keshvi in front of me. That's all. Okay. So second most important, another point is set reasonable targets. You can set reasonable targets. For example, okay, in 1 week, I'm going to, what I do personally, I don't go slope by slope. I'm reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. What I read by minutes. Some read by pages, some read by verses, some read by minutes. So I personally read by minutes. I read half an hour Chaitanya Charitamrita in the evening. Okay. So what I do, for me personally, I read by minutes. It's more convenient for me. But for some, it may be convenient that they want to read like 10 verses every day, or some do by pages, that I will read 5 pages every day. So set a reasonable target for every day. Okay, I'm going to do this every day, 5 pages every day, or I'm going to read half an hour every day, or I'm going to read 10 verses every day. Like that, set a reasonable target for each and every day. That will really help you. That will keep your mind focused. Okay, I have to read. Okay, wait, I have to read 10 verses every day. I have to read 5 pages every day. Okay, so set reasonable targets for each and every day. That will really help you in reading Shastras effectively. Okay. Okay. Third thing is, fix a time for reading the Shastras. As I said, in the morning, okay, it's generally Srila Prabhupada advised that morning's time is for chanting. So keep it for chanting. But in the whole day, fix a time, fix a suitable time, whatever is suitable for you, be it afternoon, evening. Generally at nights, we can't digest, as we can't digest heavy foods at night. So similarly, we can't digest heavy philosophy at night, right? As we can't digest heavy foods at night, similarly, we can't digest heavy philosophy at night. So it's better that if we are reading at night, then we read some less philosophical books like Krishna book, story books. Okay, that will be more good. If we start reading Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam at night, then we will not be able to digest. We'll feel bored. We'll feel sleepy, right? So the third point is, set a fixed time for your reading. Sometimes it may change. Sometimes it may change because of some circumstances. Then you can just change the time. But generally our schedule is normal every day. To set a suitable time. For example, my time is evening time, 6 o'clock. At that time, all the work is over. I feel like 6 o'clock is the best time. But for you, whatever is the convenient time, I don't know, but fix a time. Because what happens, just as we fix the alarm, if we fix the alarm every day at 5 o'clock, then you can see that eventually, without the alarm also at 5 o'clock, your sleep will go away. You will feel you will awake automatically, you will be awake, right? Similarly, if you fix a time for reading Shastras, maybe at 6 o'clock. So at that time, you feel like, okay, it's my Shastra time. Eventually, you feel like that, okay, I have to do Shastra, I have to read Shastras at that time. Okay. Okay. So fixing a time plays a very important role in effectively reading Shastras. So third point is fix a time. Okay. Okay. Third is. Fourth is, if you are not able to read alone, I am able to read alone and I feel better when I read alone. I feel more effective when I read alone rather than with some partner. But I find some people that they are not able to read alone. Okay. So what you can do, you can choose a study partner. Maybe you can choose your siblings, like Yeshvi can choose Madhvi, or you can choose your siblings, your sisters, or you can choose a study partner whom you feel like, yeah, I will fine studying with him. Okay. Choose your study partner, and or give your partner liberty that he or she can chastise you also if you're not studying. If you are not studying, then give your partner the liberty that he or she can chastise you. That why are you not studying? Start studying. You will study scriptures now. This is the time to study Shastras, right? So, okay. So this is also very effective. And even that is also not working, if you don't find any partner, local partner, then you can join some reading groups, as we were doing for mood and vision. We had a reading sangha for mood and vision. So how we were read mood and vision, automatically all the members are reading together the mood and vision book, right? So this is how reading automatically happens. If we have joined a reading sangha group, then automatically, even if you don't want, if you have joined at 5 o'clock the reading sangha group, then automatically you will read, right? So this is also you can do for reading Shastras punctually every day, effectively, that you can join a reading sangha group or you can choose a study partner. Okay. Okay. Next is whatever book you are reading. Okay. Whatever book you are reading, have an easy access to that book. Sometimes we feel lethargic because, okay, I have to get that book from that cupboard. Okay, I have to get that book from so far away. Okay. So because of that, also we feel lazy. Okay, I'm not going to read that book. But if the book is easily available, it's in front of you always, then no matter what you are thinking, you will just open the book and start reading at 6 o'clock. Okay. So this also plays a very important role, that you should have easy access to that book. Right? Okay. I feel like these points you are feeling effective. I don't know, because I cannot see much people here, but I find all these points very effective. That if you are keeping the book with easy access, then definitely you will feel like reading the book. For example, if I'm reading Srimad Bhagavatam third canto and it's on my table, it's on my study table, or whichever table is good, you keep it on the study table. So when you get time, you will definitely, because it's easily accessible to you, you just open it and start reading, right? Okay, so this is also one of the thing that you can find easy and more effective. Another is very important one. This is also very important, that choose appropriate book depending upon your understanding. Okay. Choose an appropriate book depending upon your understanding. For example, if I say, if I think that, okay, I will start reading Bhakti Sandarbha. I will start reading Tattva Sandarbha. I will start reading Vedant Sutra. So maybe I will not find much interest reading that and I will just skip it. Someday I will not read it. Why? Because I'm not finding any interest in reading that, right? Because I'm not getting anything. I'm not understanding anything from that book, right? So fix such a book that you are able to understand it. It's easy for you to understand. Like what is easy for us? It's Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada's short books, Prabhupada Leela Amrit. This we are able to understand. So read such books which you are capable to read, which you are qualified to read. Don't jump on Bhakti Sandarbha or Tattva Sandarbha or Vedant Sutra because we're not able to understand such books, right? So if you are not able to understand such books, definitely you will not be enthusiastic to read that book. Okay, so limit yourself to reading basic books. Basic means Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Read in a step-by-step process. First complete the Bhagavad Gita, then the Srimad Bhagavatam, then the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because Srila Prabhupada says that Bhagavad Gita is the ABC of the philosophy. Then Srimad Bhagavatam, then Chaitanya Charitamrita. Right? Okay, so this is the step-by-step ladder that you should follow in reading the scriptures. Don't jump over high philosophies because we are not able to digest it. Okay. If a small toddler or a small baby, 2.5 years old, will be given pasta to eat, pizza to eat, what will happen? What will happen? He or she will be having indigestion, right? His stomach will be upset and he may get fever or may be admitted to the hospital. So similarly to us also, whatever is digestible to us, don't jump over high philosophies. Okay, what you are reading? You are reading this Vedanta Sutra. Okay, you are reading Brahma Sutra. You are reading Tattva Sandarbha. Okay, maybe she is able to understand. Maybe she has the qualification. But no, like for me, I give my example. This is whatever I'm saying. I'm giving my example. My Prabhu reads all sorts of high philosophy. Even I cannot understand a single line of that book. He reads so many Acharya's books, Baldev Vidyabhushan's, this, that, and he also says the name. But I don't touch the book because I know it very well. That is a very high philosophical book. I'm not able to understand it. I better stick to Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So depending upon the qualification, you just stick to that book. And gradually, when your understanding may get mature, I'm not saying that never read such books. Prabhupada in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, Prabhupada in that purport, Prabhupada advises that we should read Acharya's commentary, right? But we should be mature to understand that first. Okay. So this is also one of the important points that don't jump over high philosophy. Don't jump over high philosophy. First, start with the basics, Gita. Then after that, Bhagavatam. Then after that, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then all Srila Prabhupada's basics. I will tell one memories of mine with Guru Maharaj. What happened? One day, me and my Prabhu went to meet Gurudev in Nandagram. I remember, yes, in Nandagram. He was in Nandagram, and we went to meet Guru Maharaj. When we entered the room of Guru Maharaj, there was a pile of Srila Prabhupada's small books kept aside. Okay. And we paid obeisances to Guru Maharaj and we asked, and Guru Maharaj immediately said, see, I'm not getting time. See, I have so many books to read. And that were all small books of Srila Prabhupada. Right? छोटी छोटी पुस्तकें शिला प्रभुपाद की छोटी पुस्तकें पाइल अप करके गुरु महाराज के पास पड़ी थी and Guru Maharaj was saying that I have so many books to read. मतलब Guru Maharaj is repeatedly reading Srila Prabhupada's small books. Hare Krishna Challenge, Rashraj Krishna, Perfect Question, Perfect Answers. And we think that these small books, now we have become so advanced, so senior. We have so many years we have passed in Krishna consciousness. We don't read such small books. And Guru Maharaj says that I have to read all these books. I was just surprised seeing all these books, small Srila Prabhupada books, which we read many years before. Now we don't even touch such books. Okay, so we should keep on repeatedly reading that books also. The Science of Self-Realization. Yes, that Hare Krishna Challenge. teachings of Queen Kunti, teachings of Lord Kapila, right? There are so many small books of Srila Prabhupada. We should also, whenever we get time, we should read such books. Okay. So this is the thing that we should, whatever book we are reading, we should think that we should be qualified to read that book. We should not jump over high philosophy. This is also one of the important points. Next is, yeah, definitely fix the duration of time of reading books. For example, whatever the time limit is, again, if you have fixed 20 minutes of time, for example, minimum 20 minutes you have fixed in the 24 hours, that minimum 20 minutes, I will definitely read Srila Prabhupada books. So do it every day. Minimum 20 minutes, do it every day. Maximum can go anytime. If you have more time, do it more and more, 1 hour, 2 hours. But if minimum, if you have fixed 20 minutes, do it every day. Or some may have fixed half an hour or 1 hour. So do it every day, depending upon your time availability. Okay. Don't chalega wala principle, don't do that. Okay, chalega, aaj nahi read ke chalega. No. Think that if I have done all my bodily duties today, why not reading Shastras today? If I have taken my prasadam on time, if I have done all my bodily duties on time, so why not reading Shastras? Why not I have not given priority to this one? So fix 20 minutes to do it 20 minutes, half an hour to do it half an hour. Fix the time duration, minimum time duration, maximum can be anything. And if you have that day, for example, everybody has gone out and you have ample time. This is also very important point. That sometimes we have ample time. The whole day we are on a holiday. We have lots of time. The kids have gone out for a picnic. The husband has also gone out of station. So we have ample time. So utilize that time in reading more and more Shastras. Okay, don't waste time. This is very important thing. Don't waste time. Use that time that, okay, today I have a lot of time. Let's read Chaitanya Charitamrita. For example, my daily reading is Chaitanya Charitamrita. So read Chaitanya more and more. So today I've got ample time. Read pages by pages, pages by pages. Just absorb your mind in reading that Shastras, and chant also. And I'm not saying that skip chanting. No, chanting you have to definitely do 16 rounds. Minimum 16 rounds definitely you have to do. There's no point in that not doing. Okay. But sometimes we waste a lot of time in scrolling the mobile or chatting with somebody, unnecessary talking to somebody for some unwanted things. So don't do that, right? Okay. 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 So this is also very important. Another most important thing is fix places also. This might sounds weird that in reading Shastras, fix places also. Fix places where you are going to read every day. For example, in the bedroom you are going to read, or in the study table, by sitting on the studies table you are more comfortable, or in the wherever, the whole house, wherever you feel comfortable reading, fix that place if it's possible. This is not hard and fast to fix a place, but it is very effective if you fix a place for reading Shastras. Okay, so fix your place in reading Shastras. That is also very effective, because what happened when we move to a new place, then our mind get distracted more and more, seeing the new places. Okay, so fix your places and reading Shastra. That also is very effective. Okay. Another important thing is, if your time duration is 20 minutes or your time duration is half an hour, at that time, please keep your mobile in the mute form, in the mute system or in the DND. Keep your mobile in DND or mute. Don't see the mobile. When you are reading for 20 minutes, full concentration should be on reading. Keep your mobile muted, no mobiles. Keep it in the DND mode. Then you can have full focus on reading Shastras. Okay. So that is also very important. If full concentration will be reached when all the distractions in your life is just moved away from you. No mobiles, no internets, all switch off, everything. Now start reading. Read for 20 minutes or half an hour, and then switch on the mobile. Okay, so that is also very important. Okay. Okay. Another important thing, whatever you are reading, just think that you are not reading to improve your reading abilities. Don't think that you are reading in English to improve your pronunciation, to improve your vocabulary, or to improve your English. This will happen automatically. Your English will improve automatically, your vocabulary will improve automatically, your pronunciation will improve automatically. There is no point in doing that. But when you start reading something, you feel like, as soon as you start reading, you feel like now whatever I'm reading now, I'm going to think about that and it's going to change my life. Okay. And for that, to make it more effective, you start making notes. Whatever, even hearing, I have seen in the temple, many devotees come without any notebook, without any pen. I wonder, how can somebody sit in a class without any pen or a notebook? Because whatever we are hearing, how we'll be able to remember that without making any notes? Because in Kali Yuga, the memory is so short that we are not able to remember what's happened in the morning, what somebody told in the afternoon. So how we are able to remember what happened, what the person told in the Bhagavatam class in the morning? So the best thing is, whenever you hear something, fix a notebook and a pen. Go to that class with a notebook and a pen. For example, this is my notebook and a pen. Always keep a notebook and a pen. And whatever we hear in the Bhagavatam class or we study, for example, when I study Chaitanya Charitamrita, I have my Chaitanya Charitamrita notebook. And I make the points, whatever point that strikes me. I'm not saying that you write each and every point. No. Whatever point that strikes you, that hit you, that you liked in that class, that you feel like, yeah, it's very good. You just note it down. Note it down on that page. Okay. By noting it down, even if you are not able to see it again, you're not getting time to see it again. Okay. But by noting it down, when your mind and your hand is acting in noting, definitely you will able to remember it more. Because whenever a person writes something, he is able to remember that more nicely. Okay. So in the lecture, whatever lecture you are hearing, I'm not saying to jot down each and every point. No. Whatever points you find it very nice, very good, very effective in your life, note it down. Similarly, with reading also. Whenever you start reading Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya Charitamrita or Srimad Bhagavatam, just keep a notebook and a pen with you. And as soon as you, for example, it happens, many times it happens with me, that I was reading Srimad Bhagavatam and some point come and it was really very striking. I like to share. I shared also. Sometimes I share in the group also. And it was really very, very good and very, like I was feeling like it's a question, it's an answer to my question. Since many days I had that question and now I got the answer. It was like that for me. Okay. So just jot down the point. And the next day, when you start reading, just have a review, just have a recap of whatever you have jotted down yesterday. Right? Okay. So do it. Try to do it. Okay. So do it. Jot down the points. And next day, when you start reading, just for 1 minute, have a view on the points that you have jotted down. Only 1 minute. Just turn the page back and see what you have written on the notebook and then start reading. This will be highly effective. This thing, note making, writing the notes, writing the points will be highly effective and definitely it will bring wonders in your life. And you are definitely able to remember it more because you have written it down. Okay. So this is very important. Note making, whatever you are hearing, whatever you are reading, just few points, 3 or 4 points, write it down in your notebook. Make a notebook, fix a diary on a notebook and just write it down. Okay. Okay. Next is whatever For example, today I read 4 pages of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. After closing that book, 3 things are very important. See, Shastras say that for studying, 3 things are very important. Mananam, Nididhyasam, and Kirtanam. 3 things, these 3 things also plays a very important role in reading Shastras. Mananam, Nididhyasam, and Kirtanam. What is Mananam? Mananam means whatever you have read today. Okay. Close the book, and then the whole day, the rest of the time, you just meditate on whatever you have read. You just think about whatever you have read. Whatever points you have read, think about it. Mananam, do mananam. Okay. Just review in your mind what you have read. Just next step is nididhyasam. Nididhyasam means reflect. Reflect. How you can do reflect? Okay. For example, you are just talking to somebody, and just whatever you have read, you just talk to somebody about that and reflect on that point, that okay, this is how we can practically relate it in our own life. This is called reflection of what you have read. Okay. For example, if I have read today in Bhagavad Gita, Dukhalayam Ashashvatam, that verse in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So you just shared to your partner that okay, today I read this verse in Bhagavad Gita and how it's so relevant in our day-to-day life, how we can see that practically in our life. So this is called reviewing, and this is called reflection. Okay, reviewing and reflection, how you are reflecting it in your own life. See that in your practically in your own life. And this you can very well do when you share it with others. Right? Okay. So this is first is Mananam, Nididhyasam, and the third is Kirtanam. Okay, wait a minute. Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So these 3 things. Mananam, that means reviewing what you have read. Okay. See, all of you have big degrees, right? We have studied a lot in our school days. We have passed 10th, we have passed 12th, exception this Madhvi and Keshri. I don't know in which grades they are, but still they are studying. But we have already passed 10th and 12th. I remember my 10th board exam, how difficult it was to pass 10th, how difficult it was to pass 12. We have to make so many notes. We have to mug up the notes. We have to keep on revising the chapters, right? Aarti Mataji. Aarti Mataji is the principal of the school. Yes, Aarti Mataji. Aarti Sumani. Yes, Aarti Sumani Mataji.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. I'm asking that in school days, how much we have to study? How
A
many
lot.
times we have to one chapter?
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, we have to read a lot.
Yes, we have to read a lot to pass our 10th board. We have to read a lot to pass our 12th board. We have to read so many times the chapter, so many times the syllabus. to pass our graduation. We have to make notes. So materially, for getting material education, for getting material degrees, we have to work so hard. We have to read so many times. What about the spiritual thing? What about reading and studying Shastras? Don't we have to make notes for that?
Yes, Mataji, we should take notes.
Yes, definitely. We should, as we so sincerely study for getting degrees, similarly for getting a passport and a visa for Golok Vrindavan, don't we have to study the Shastras carefully? Right? This seemed to be like whatever methods I'm discussing, whatever methods I'm sharing with you, it might seem like, okay, Madhji, kitne sari cheezein bataye hain, itna sari cheezein, so many things to consider in reading Shastras effectively. Oh, bapre, it's difficult for us to do. It's impossible. But just have one thought in your mind that when we study in schools, I remember so many notebooks we have to fill. So many times you have to revise the chapters. So many times you have to revise our lessons. We have to do our homeworks. We have to practice maths, logarithms, this algebra, this differentiation, integration. Yes. So many practice, so much practice was needed, right? So in studying Shastras, what do you think? It doesn't require practice. It doesn't require revision. It doesn't require our hard work and labor. It doesn't require our sincerity. It requires.
Yes.
Is it easy? For getting material degrees, we work so hard, and for getting a pass, for getting entry in Golok Vrindavan, it's so easy, right? It's not like that. We have to work. We have to work hard in that also. Okay, if we are sincere in studying scriptures, then definitely we are going to progress in spiritual life. Okay, so these three things: mananam, nididhyasam, and kirtanam. Mananam means reviewing whatever we have studied today. At least at the end of the day, try to speak with your family members. Okay, today I read this. Just speak out. Today I read this in my Bhagavad Gita. Just speak to your son, speak to your daughter, speak to your sister or brother. Just today I read this. And then reflect. Reflect means whatever you have read, just try to reflect on what does it mean. As I gave the example, like I read today that the whole world is very miserable. I read in Srila Prabhupada's purport that the whole world is very miserable and we should, as urgently as possible, go back home, back to God. This is what I read today. Okay. So now I am discussing that today I read this and it's so practically applicable in our life. It's so, yeah, the life is so miserable. We can practically see it. Nobody is happy in this material world, right? So this is how you reflect in your own life. This is called Nidhi Dhyasam. And the third is Kirtanam. Very important point, Kirtanam. What does it mean, Kirtanam? Kirtanam means whatever you read, whatever you reflect, just try to preach it to others. Be it one person, be it your classmate, be it your college mate, be it your staff mate, anyone whom you meet every day. Whom you meet every day, just try to preach to him whatever you are realizing. But the other person should be willing to hear you. Okay. Be it your son or a daughter, just tell him that this I read. So this is called Kirtanam. Right? Mananam, Nididhyasam, and Kirtanam. Kirtanam means to preach whatever you read. And by doing this, remember, whatever we read, we observe only 25%. But when we preach, we observe 50%. 25% is added in that when we preach to others. This is a big realization in my life also. I remember when I read Bhagavad Gita many times. But after completing my Bhakti Shastri, I started class on Bhagavad Gita. Most of the Matajis know this, that I started a class on Bhagavad Gita. Still it's continuing, but few days I've just paused the class. So I started a class on Bhagavad Gita. And when I started the class on Bhagavad Gita, I came to know that I've never read Bhagavad Gita. So many points came up, which I myself have never read and never thought about. But when I started a class on Bhagavad Gita, Then so many points. I thought that I have never read Bhagavad Gita. So many new points that Srila Prabhupada has written in his purport came out. And I was able to understand it more, what Srila Prabhupada really wants to say. Right? So preaching is very important. It's not, remember that it's not necessary that you have a very big group of members whom you are preaching. No. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached to Rup Goswami when Rup Goswami was sitting alone. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached to Ramananda when he was alone. He talked to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya alone. There was no pandal programs, no big crowds when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached to them. Was it there? Did you ever read in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did a very big pandal program where thousands of people gathered? It's not necessary. Some people think that, okay, doing a program means at least 50 to 60 people should be there. No, it's not necessary. Discussion of Shastras can be done only with one person. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu depicted in his own life. Discussion of Shastra doesn't mean that you have a big crowd or a big group of devotees with you. No, it can be done with minimum one. Maximum can be any. Okay, so start Kirtanam and you can see a change in your life. The first one you are going to preach is yourself. Whatever you say, it will have a, I don't know, it will have an impact in the heart of the others or not, but it will change your heart. It will progress, it will make you progress in devotional life. When you start preaching, start a simple Bhagavad Gita class. You start yourself reading Bhagavad Gita and start a simple Bhagavad Gita class with 2 or 3 Matajis. That's all. And just whatever, and just read from Srila Prabhupada's purports. Just read and discuss. See the change in your life. How within 1 year you can see that how much you are able to realize the Shastras. It will give a big realization in your own life. It's able to change the other's life or not, it's a secondary point. But first, the primary thing is it's going to change your life. And second thing, it will be a service to Srila Prabhupada and to the Lord. Because Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in the last chapter, if you have read, that whoever preaches the glories of Bhagavad Gita to others is the most favorite devotee of mine. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Those who spread the glories, those who spread the teachings of Bhagavad Gita to others is the most dearmost devotee of mine. Just remembering that statement of Lord Krishna, you start doing that. Start preaching to whoever is known to you. Okay. So this is also a very effective method of studying scriptures. That is Kirtanam. Start preaching whatever you are studying. As much as your realization, as much your understanding. जितना आपका अंडरस्टैंडिंग हुआ है, जितना आपका रियलाइजेशन हुआ है, उतना करिए. Don't think of big realization, big, oh, such brahmachari is doing such big, okay. He has his own realization. You do in a very small scale, no problem. Krishna doesn't see big or small. Krishna doesn't see how many followers you have made or how many big crowd is following you. No, Krishna doesn't see like that. Krishna sees your sincerity in preaching the message of Bhagavad Gita. Even one soul, if you preaches and if he or she gets inspired from your preaching, Krishna will be highly pleased with you. Srila Prabhupada says, this is the Srila Prabhupada words. So amazing to hear that Srila Prabhupada says that if by this ISKCON movement, by this International Society for Krishna Consciousness movement, if I can make one pure devotee, then my mission is successful. This is what Srila Prabhupada says. That if I am able to preach one devotee and inspire one devotee in Krishna consciousness and make him sincere in the path of pure devotional service, my mission is successful. This is what Srila Prabhupada says. What is our qualification? What is our qualification if Srila Prabhupada says like this? And we think that, okay, I will make so many devotees. I will make thousands of devotees. This is what we think. No, don't preach in that mood. That, okay, now so many people are going to come to my class and so many people are going to admire me, appreciate me. My classes will be published in YouTube and this and that and this and that, and I will be a famous personality. Don't preach in that mood. Preach in the mood that if I'm able to inspire a one soul in Krishna consciousness, that will be my service to Srila Prabhupada. Preach in that consciousness, right? Okay, so this is also one of a very effective method, that is preaching or kirtanam. Whatever you are studying, just try to preach it to others as much as is possible. Okay, okay, so these are few things. And last thing is, try to associate with such devotees who are very sincere in studying Shastras. This is also a very important point. Try to associate in your circle or in your temple those devotees who are very sincerely studying Shastras. Try to associate with them so that you also get inspiration to study Shastras sincerely. Okay. I remember that was really an inspirational figure still now in my mind. One Mataji I remember in Gujarat, when I was staying in Gujarat. Still I remember now I don't have any touch with that Mataji, but still I remember her when I used to visit her place, her home. She always she is a fan. She was Uriya Mataji. She is the Uriya Mataji, and she is a fan of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And she used to always keep Chaitanya Charitamrita on her table. And when I used to visit her house, she was very friendly. She was elder of an elder age, far elder than me, and she used to keep Chaitanya Charitamrita on the table, and she never used to talk all prajalpa, idhar ka udhar, this ye wo, kuch nahi. Whenever I used to visit her house, she used to feed me prasadam, sumptuous prasadam, and then we both used to sit together and read Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we used to discuss about devotees in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And she was really an ideal personality in my life. Still, I remember her face. She is completely out of touch now, but still, I remember how sincere she was in doing devotional service and reading Shastras. She used to never waste time in doing this and that and talking unnecessary things about devotees and talking about temple and criticizing devotees. No, she used to absorb her mind in either chanting or reading Shastras. Okay. So we should also see, time is very less. We don't know when our time will come. Parikshit Maharaj has at least Parikshit Maharaj at least knows that 7 days are there. But we don't know 7 days or 7 minutes or 7 seconds. We don't know. So please try to observe our mind more and more in studying Shastras, in chanting the holy name, associating with devotees, hearing Shastras, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, and stop wasting time in doing unnecessary and unwanted things. Okay, thank you very much. If anybody has questions, comments, please can ask. If any effective point you can share, you can also do that, which you find in your life very effective. Sarilla Mataji, you wanted to ask something? Sarilla Mataji? Okay, anybody has questions?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
Then Mataji. Mataji, seriously, very nice
Yes,
class, very effective. And I request to you send recording also. And no question, no doubt, but I have one thing to share that, like I have a lot of taste of chanting and book reading, but I don't get effective time to read books. So that's why, like most of the time, I try to read end of the day. So end of the day, after finishing my round, I try to finish like at least one verse or one page. One verse, yes, for one verse, I try to finish. And I have set target that I read at least 5 pages in a day. But I'm usually I fail. I could not reach my target. So, Madhe, am I doing right? As you said that we should read scriptures at morning, but morning it's not possible. So that's why I decided to, after completing my chanting at night, I used to, and even I have one like wish that my husband and my younger son also listen what I'm reading, even though I was like reading loudly so that they can hear what I'm reading. So he also may get benefited. So that's why, is it,
Yes,
am I doing right or not?
yes, Madhuri, definitely you're doing right. But what you can do, Madhuri, if you're saying that you're not getting time, you can you can sit in two slots. If you have taken this target of 5 pages, then you can sit in two slots. For example, in the morning you can do 2 pages, and in the evening you can complete 3. Like this also you can do. See, I feel like immediately after taking bath in the morning, because in the morning everybody is feeling sleepy, or most of the, like in many houses I've seen most of the family members are sleeping. When we wake up early in the morning, some members in some houses, most of the members are sleeping because they are not devotees, they are not used to getting up early in the morning. And Mataris are more used to. In most of the houses, Mataris wake up early in the morning. So for Mataris, no, I'm not discussing about of the devotee families, but in non-devotee families, I've seen Mataris wake up early in the morning, but most of the other members are sleeping. So for them, I recommend that when you wake up early in the morning, okay, chanting definitely in the afternoon you can do, but reading requires more focus. Chanting also requires more focus, but at least we can do chanting if somebody is sitting in front of you. But reading, you can't do if somebody is speaking or something like that. So reading, I suggest that immediately after taking bath, just read 1 or 2 pages. If you think that you're not going to get the whole day, so what you can do in the morning, immediately after taking bath, just open the book and read 1 or 2 pages, just close the book and start chanting. Okay, by this, you will at least get a regularity in reading the scriptures. This is what I used to do previously. Now it's not a big thing. For now, I'm getting time in the evening. At least I'm getting time. So I just shifted my time to the evening at 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock, all my devotional activities, whatever chanting is left, whatever reading is there, I do in the evening, because the whole day in the morning, it's a very hectic schedule. But in the evening, in my house, no prasadam, no cooking of prasadam is there, and no schedule, no household chores are very less. So I shifted my time in the evening. That is 6 o'clock. I will sit. I will read this CC and my few other books, and then whatever chanting is left, I'll complete my chanting. This is what I have fixed. Okay. But previously, I used to do that in the Nandagram. In Nandagram, when I was in Nandagram, the whole day, and in the evening, lights goes off. There was no light. It was dark, and it's not good for eyes to read in the diya light, in the lamp light. So what I do in the morning after Mangalarti, when the sun rises, I immediately read 2 or 3 pages, and like that I completed so many of books. So many Srila Prabhupada books I read that. I read Nectar of Devotion. I completed that by regularly reading in the morning. I completed Guru Maharaj's Ramayana in the morning by reading, and so many other books I read in the morning by doing regularly, not much, only 15-20 minutes regularly in the morning. This is what I used to do in Nandagram. But after that, when I shifted to Govardhan, then light was there. So I shifted it to the evening time, because it's more convenient all the time in the evening for me in the evening to do all these devotional activities, because no hassle in the evening. Okay, so this is what I do. So I also suggest you that if you feel like the whole day is going to be very hectic, so please shift it to in the morning, because whatever we do in the morning, it's done. It feels like whatever is done in the morning, it's done. And then the whole day is there. You can complete your rounds, 16 rounds. Then at least studying of Shastras is done, and you can complete your 16 rounds. This is just a suggestion. This is how you can do.
Yes, Madhuri, thank you so much.
I
Really.
have actually read in Srila Prabhupada books that regarding husband-wife relationship, strengthening the relationship between husband and wife, and creating a very spiritual atmosphere in the household life. The very important thing is in the evening, husband, wife, and the sons used to sit all together and read Srimad Bhagavatam. This is what I've read in Srila Prabhupada books. Srila Prabhupada used to advise that in the Grahast life, if you want that everybody has a very good relationship, spiritual relationship, then we can sit together. At least husband is not sitting, at least we can sit with our daughters, our sons, our children, and we should read some Shastra book, Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya Charitamrita or any other small book. This is very good, Mataji. Aarti Mataji, Harila Mataji might be doing. She is very expert. But Aarti Mataji, you can do like with your son. You can, because your son is at least 9 years old, I think. He's 9 or 10 years old, na? So you can
Yes,
have every day one page. Yes, you read with him. You read with him one page of Krishna book because he's small, he will not understand philosophy. So you read one page of Krishna book every day with him. This will play a very important role in his spiritual upliftment and yours also. This is what I used to do, and still I'm continuing with my son. I've started Srimad Bhagavatam with him, and now we are almost completed third canto. This is how we started our journey of Srimad Bhagavatam with my son.
Mataji, I don't have Krishna book right now, so I may start with the 10th canto with my son.
No, don't start with the 10th canto. Read Krishna book. Krishna book is 10th canto, but it's different from 10th canto, Mataji. Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada is specially written with the philosophy that is, see, that's why you see, you understand this, that it's advisable that we should not jump directly to the 10th canto, right? It's advisable that it said in Srimad Bhagavatam itself that we should not directly jump to the 10th canto. But at the same time, you see that Srila Prabhupada has written Krishna book separately. So how this is, how we can understand this? How we can understand this? At the same time, we said that we should not jump to the 10th canto, and at the same time, there's Krishna book that Srila Prabhupada has written separately. So we have to understand that in the Krishna book that Srila Prabhupada has written separately, Srila Prabhupada has added such philosophies in the Krishna book, such statements that even it will be benefited to the beginners also.
Right.
Prabhupada has written such philosophies in Krishna book so that even the beginners will be benefited by reading Ras Leela dance or something like that. Because in that book, Prabhupada has specifically pointed out that this is for beginners. But beginners means those who don't know any philosophy. For them also Krishna book is beneficial. Because Srila Prabhupada has separately written the Krishna book and separately written the commentaries of Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. Okay. So it's advisable that you read Krishna book with your son. That will be more effective. The 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yes, Harila Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Sorry, I was just driving when you were calling out my name.
Yes, Mataji.
So, Mataji, my point was about the number of times to read to retain this knowledge, because I'm very forgetful and I'm very dull-headed. So I forget very easily. So what we can do to, I mean, is there some kind of a mantra you follow that you have to read so many times Bhagavad Gita, so many times Bhagavatam to retain the knowledge and to get more purified? Please share that.
Yes. See, Mataji, Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says that Bhagavad Gita is the school education, Srimad Bhagavatam is the college education, and CC is the PhD education, right? So, Bhagavad Gita, at least if we have read Bhagavad Gita, okay, once we have read Bhagavad Gita, or we have done our Bhakti Shastri. We have done our Bhakti Shastri, in which Bhagavad Gita is already included. So when you have read Bhagavad Gita, start with the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. After Bhagavad Gita, start with Srimad Bhagavatam. And regarding your question of retaining the knowledge, that you are not able to retain the knowledge, you are able to forget that. For that, the simple and the most effective formula is start sharing the knowledge with others. Start sharing whatever you have read. For example, you have read the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you have read in the first chapter, start sharing with your daughter or with your sons or with your neighbors, with one or two Matajis. When you start sharing with others, then definitely when you share something, then you are able to retain it more. From 50%, at least you are able to retain 25% when you share with others. But if you don't share with others, if you just read and close the book, then out of 50%, you are able to retain only 5%. Because you will forget. Because we have the tendency to forget. When we are able to retain it, when we are able to have it in our memory, when we are sharing it with others. That's why I said the three formulas are very important. Mananam, Nididhyasam, and Kirtanam. These three things are very effective in studying scriptures. Mananam means whatever you have read today, try to meditate on, try to discuss, try to speak it out, try to tell.
Mananam.
Just tell,
So
tell
between
it to yourself. Yes.
between Shravanam, Kirtanam, there is Mananam, Nidhi, Vyasam, and
Kirtanam. No, it's not that between Shravanam. I'm saying that these three things, there's one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, I don't remember the verse. These three words comes. Mananam, Nididhyasam, and Kirtanam. Mananam means whatever you have read, you just meditate on whatever you have read, whatever things you have read. After Mananam, you do Nididhyasam. Nididhyasam means you reflect on. For example, today you read that, I just shared this, I don't know you heard it or not. I just shared that if I read today that, okay, Prabhupada says that this world is a miserable place and we should, as soon as possible, we should get out of here. Okay, so this I read. So I just recollect it and start sharing, reflecting with somebody that, okay, today I read this. Okay, so this is Nididhyasam. And third is Kirtanam. Kirtanam means to preach. So whatever you have read, start sharing with others. When you start sharing it with others, with your neighbors or anybody, with your members in your house, start sharing with others, then you are able to retain it more. This is the most effective method for doing this, to retaining the knowledge. Yes. And second thing,
Mataji,
you can
confidence.
you are very, yes, and Harila Madhuri, anyway, you are very good in speaking also. So you should start a class for at least, those who are willing to come, you can start at least 1 Mataris or 2, 3. Start with 2, 3 Mataris or 3, 4, or anyway, your neighbors. Online
Confidence ही नहीं आता है माताजी, confidence ही नहीं आता है तो कैसे करें? So you're saying 2, 3 people. So I'll just catch my neighbors in my online relatives and start.
Yes. We don't need a big crowd, Mataji. Don't think that a big crowd.
I can't handle small crowd. You're talking about. I mean, I bow down to preachers like you and your husband, but and even my Prabhu, he preaches to a crowd of 50s and 100s, and I can't. But I'll try with a small group of people. छोटे group से शुरू करना is better. I make notes. I'm reading, but it's just retaining knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Retaining knowledge, Mataji, this is the most effective method. Retaining knowledge is to start sharing with others. As soon as you start sharing with others, now you will definitely retain it, and you will keep on again and again. It will be coming to your mind. You will start recollecting. Okay, oh, I said that to that person. Okay, I said this in that class. I said that in that class. This is how you will retain the knowledge, and because of retaining the knowledge, you will be able to more effectively practically apply in your life. Okay, so sharing, and second is note making. Note making is also very good, because when you start preaching, when you share, definitely you have to make notes also. And don't make a big preaching. For example, you take 5 slokas of Bhagavad Gita in one class. First 5 slokas, first chapter, first 5. You just read the first 5 slokas and the purport, and few essential points you just jot down. The few essential points that you want to share, just jot down. And make the neighbors, like you make the neighbors to speak the verses, or you speak the verse, you recite the verse, and ask them to read the translation. Okay, like that, gradually, the 3-4 verses you speak for half an hour, you take on a daily basis or in a weekly basis, and then you will see the difference, that now you are able to recollect, retain the knowledge more and more. Okay. Okay. Okay, anybody has questions? Yes, Radha Gokulan Madhuri, you want to say something? I cannot read your message. You want to say something? Okay, anybody wants to say something?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Madhuri.
Mataji, sorry, yes, camera was, I was doing some chores around. Thank you for the class. It was very nice. Just wanted to ask the proper etiquette for, ideal etiquette for handling Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Sometimes we're working late, sometimes we're working very early, haven't taken bath. Can we touch? Then keeping it on the table, if there's a glass of water, if there's a water bottle. Is this okay? Because these scriptures are like very pious, powerful, equivalent to God.
Yes, yes.
So just
Mother.
wanted to know if we don't do any offense, but at the same time we don't shy away by not reading
Yes.
by the name of offense. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. See, at that time, see, Mataji, by Krishna's grace, everything is now in the Veda base. Everything is now in the computers, in our laptops, in our mobile, everything in the Veda base is easily accessible. If we are not pure, if we are unclean, if we have not taken bath, it's advisable that we don't touch the book because it's very sacred. It's indifferent to the Lord. It's non-different from the Lord. So please, this is an advice that this is suggestion. This is what is advisable also, that don't touch such scriptures. If we have not taken bath and if we are not pure in our 3 days periods also, don't touch the scriptures. And if still we are adamant to read that, read the Veda base. I do that I read from the Veda base, but I don't touch the scriptures directly. Because everything is there, na Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everything is there in the Veda base. So we can read from there if we are, because at that time we get ample time also. So what I do I read from the Veda base, but I don't touch the scriptures directly because it's an offense. Because we don't touch the deities directly when we have not taken bath. So similarly, we don't touch the scriptures directly when we have not taken bath, or we are in a contaminated period. Right, Madhavi?
Thank you, Mataji. I do the same. I was just wondering if if I could get some relaxation, but I didn't. But thank you. Thank
No,
you.
because
Thanks for
we have
clarifying.
to
I will
see now,
stick to the
because
same.
the scriptures, because the
Yes.
scriptures are very sacred, and
Yes.
we should worship that because it's non-different from the deities.
Krishna.
So because
Yeah.
we don't touch pictures or deities without taking bath or in our contaminated state. Similarly, we shouldn't touch them.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Mataji, you're so kind. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Madhavi. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining the class. So we'll meet on Monday for our next session. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpataru vaishya kripa sindhu daivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantoti Vaishnava. Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Pranam. We'll meet on Monday. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.